Dillian the Body Snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
So this video is to follow on from yesterday's video where Deontay Wilder, he finally broke his silence. He made all kinds of excuses. Now, I know in that video, and quite clearly I'm a little bit rusty with this one because usually I'm pretty on point of pointing out certain things. And while I was focusing in that video more on the fact that Wilder, he didn't really know what's happened. He called himself a zombie and this wasn't really him. And Tyson Fury, he doesn't consider him the champion, all that kind of stuff. But while, of course, I did make mention to the fact that he had an injury in that fight, it was caused during the fight, apparently. He tore his bicep or something like that. Now, I don't really talk about it too much, which is a little unlike me. But in this video, that's what I'm going to talk about. Reason being, because you lot in the comment section were flooding my comments of that video all about how Deontay Wilder is yet again injured and he's making that as an excuse because I didn't elaborate on that, so you guys did it for me. So let me give you my thoughts on this one. Now, before we get into it, just real quick, some points again that I didn't really talk about in that video. Again, I'm very rusty. Is a case of Wilder, he said that he doesn't consider Tyson Fury a champion. So let me have a look. Yeah, that's definitely Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's definitely got a green and gold belt and it says WBC. That must mean that he is champion. Wilder, you don't have the belt, so therefore you are not the champion. In fact, I'm seeing images right now of Deontay Wilder getting bounced up and down off the canvas. You lost. Deontay Wilder says that he felt like a zombie. Well, now you're on par with a section of your fanatical fan base, because they're all zombified at the brain, that's for sure. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I've never known a cult following like it. Anyway, is what it is. So, the bicep injury, Deontay Wilder. Well, it seems every time he has a fight, something is breaking. It's like his hands, his body, his arms, whatever you make, is made of crisps. It's made of Walker's, Pringles, whatever it is, okay? He crumbles very, very quickly, all right? Now, usually it's his hands. We've said this before. I've made a video on it as well, again, based on your guys' comments, that Deontay Wilder's had that many surgeries in his hand. How much of his hand is still human? How much of it is more machine than it is man? Who knows, right? And before the Tyson Fury fight the first time around, he was saying how he broke his hand and he couldn't throw the punch in sparring, which is why he couldn't throw and land on Tyson Fury. Forget the fact that he couldn't do it. But regardless, I mean, he did in round number 9 briefly. And then, of course, in round number 12, where Fury actually got up off the canvas. But Wilder was saying how he broke his hand. In other articles, he says that he broke a bone in his forearm. So which one is it? Is it the forearm or the hand? Who knows? Even though in the build-up to that in camp, didn't he knock a mascot out? So Deontay Wilder, he has excuse after excuse. So when it comes to this bicep, shut up. Just shut up. Why is it always something with him? I mean, oh, my hand broke. Oh, my arm broke. Oh, my left bollock broke. My arsehole fell out. Why is it always something with Deontay Wilder? Why is it that he has to be making excuse after excuse? Why is it that he's always injured? Is he genuinely that fragile? Has he got the David Hay syndrome? I don't know what it is with him. But to come out with excuses how, oh, I tore my bicep in my right hand. Sorry, my right arm. Come on now. Did you really? Did you really? Because I distinctly remember in round number 7, you throwing that punch very, very hard towards Tyson Fury. You missed, but you threw it. Did you tear it right before you got stopped? Right before your team threw in the towel? Because as I said in round number 7, you threw the punch. But the reason that you didn't really throw it too much before then, outside of round number 1, which I think you threw it once and landed, and again in round number 2, the reason that you couldn't throw it beforehand and land it is because Fury wasn't giving you a damn chance. So at what point did you really injure your bicep? When you didn't throw anything. Round number 7 was the next time that you did it. Or maybe, just maybe, you hurt your bicep when you landed on the floor. Maybe you hurt your bicep when you used the ropes to save yourself from falling to the canvas, which is a legitimate knockdown, by the way, and the referee didn't count it. Maybe that's when he pulled his bicep. Who knows? But to come out with the excuse of, I tore my bicep. And one of the reasons why he's been quiet is because he's had surgery. You had surgery? Okay, I thought that you were enjoying yourself in Africa or something, weren't you? I mean, how many surgeries has this guy had? It's always an excuse after a fight. Oh, I did this. Oh, I did that. So do I really care whether or not Deontay Wilder had a bicep injury? No, I don't. I enjoyed that fight. Tyson Fury beating the living crap out of Deontay Wilder was one of the highlights for me. It was excellent. I could watch that fight over and over again. But the point is, him coming out with the bicep injury, at what point did you hurt it? Because the only point I could possibly see that it could have been, because you're still trying to throw it, of course, but you probably did throw it in round number 7. You missed. So at that point, there can't have been a problem. Did you tear it because you missed in round number 7? And then you got stopped with your team throwing in the towel? Or do you want to come out and say it's round number 1, which is why you got battered from round number 1 all the way up to your team threw in the towel in round number 7? Which one is it? Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.